Hey everybody, welcome to Ready Set Drone. And I know a lot of you probably wonder, like I do, what would happen if you got your hands caught in the blade of a Phantom 4 or similar sized drone? Well, today I'm gonna tell you, so stay tuned. So I was out flying all day today at an event, had the opportunity to cover it with my Phantom 4 Pro, which was awesome. Got a lot of great footage, was a lot of stuff going on, very busy and exciting day for me to get to do this. But at the very end there was an awards ceremony and I was going to get the crowd, fly kind of around behind the crowd and then observe the stage where the award winners were going to get their awards with my Phantom 4 Pro. It was also being covered from the ground, so it was, you know, it was going to be one of those things where the drone shot was just kind of an extra little bonus. And so I took my drone over probably about 40-50 feet away from the crowd. Wasn't going to fly over them, but just like I said, fly around behind them, get their point of view looking up at the stage. And it was, and still is, pretty windy today. You may not be able to hear the wind. I'm kind of back in a corner right now trying to stay away from it. But I set the drone down, the Phantom 4 Pro, turned on my remote, turned on the Phantom 4 Pro, let it get some satellites and warm up and everything. I've been flying it all day, put in a fresh battery. And what happens, I start to take off, and as soon as I do, the thing tips over because there's a big gust of wind. And it was a pretty strong gust of wind. The Phantom 4 Pro has a high center of gravity. All the Phantoms do. Those landing gear have to be off, have to keep the gimbal off the ground, so they're pretty tall. And so, and they're also pretty narrow for the size of the quad. So it tips over as it's taking off, and the blade hits the ground and just nicks it, which causes the whole thing to kind of shudder and tip over more. And so I go over and I put my hand on top of it because it wasn't turning off immediately. I pulled the throttle all the way down, of course, but it takes it a couple seconds once it's warmed up for the throttle to stop. So I go over and put my hand on top of it and hold it down until it stops. And in the process, I got a little bit of that and that and that. And so, you know, this didn't really hurt that much, I have to say. It did bleed a fair amount, but you know, it was, I'm not saying that anyone else should put their hand in the prop, but I figured that was better than having the thing flop around on the ground a lot and call attention to myself. So a couple of notes here. Number one is always a great idea if you're going to fly near people to take off away from them a bit, if for no other reason, just to avoid the embarrassment of having some sort of incident like this. Tip number two is definitely to make sure if it's windy that when you take off, give your quad plenty of gas. I did not give it enough throttle. I kind of took off, felt the gust of wind, thought about landing again, but by that time it was too late and the thing had already tipped over and chaos had started. And then tip number three is just stay cool under pressure. I mean, that was one of those things where I broke the prop and I got a little bit of blood on my thumb and my hand, but other than that, no big deal. Everything was okay. I was able to replace the prop and get the shot toward the end of this award ceremony within about 5 minutes. So that's it. That's my little lesson. Hopefully you will learn from it and not have the same issue I had. Again, if it's windy, be sure when you take off to take off quickly, or wait for the wind to die down, or find a non-windy spot to take off from and don't have the issue of the wind. We were in kind of almost like a wind tunnel. It was a narrow area between two buildings, and so the wind was really whipping through there, which I think made it worse. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this story. Hope you see what happens. Again, not as bad as I thought it would be. Not a lot of fun. I still have to explain this to my wife, but what are you gonna do? If you like this video, I hope you give me the bloody thumbs up. And if you really like it, I hope you will subscribe to Ready Set Drone and learn from my mistakes so you can be a better drone pilot. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.